Hi, and welcome to a brand new show that One Way has brought to you, one way or another. It's basically me and Neil, and we just chat a load of rubbish, really, for a good hour or so about all the topics that we dislike, we like, new things that are coming out. We're also going to be doing reactions to videos as well, so you can see that on the channel. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it, Neil?
Yeah, that's all I'm after.
That's it, mate. Just like a bit different. We also obviously have our one-way football channels, and we've got the one-way fighting channel. But it's something to just break away from the sport aspect and just to like have a bit of fun in it. So like literally just us having a good time.
Yeah, opinionated lads. That's. I'm worried if I'm going to get in trouble doing this, saying something that's controversial and that.
I know, yeah. Look at me though, look. Yeah, I feel like I'm like just a fat slob that just can't be arsed, like getting a proper chair and stuff. So I've brought up my armchair from downstairs.
Corporate fat cat in your chair.
I know, yeah. Look at me like that. I'll tell you what now, Sonny.
I was saying the other day, I've been looking at like this big green chair that's all leather bound and that. And I just want to just get a few cohibas and that and just sit there and smoke and just look like that I've actually got some money or something like that.
Yeah. That's it, man. That's it. If you're gonna go hard or go home, innit? And well, basically at home sort of defeats the object, but
hard's always better.
yeah, exactly. Harder.
Yeah.
So obviously we're gonna go through a couple of subjects. There's one subject that I want to get off my I seen it actually a couple of days ago, and it got me thinking, and it's about the Titanic, because there's so many theories about the Titanic in it, and there's so many times that you can watch that fucking bullshit made up film about Leonardo DiCaprio sinking under the water, and and making love in an old Ford, whatever it was.
Whipped he was, lads. He was absolutely
But right, did you know, right, the owner of the actual Titanic, one of the owners, I think there were like 4 owners of the actual Titanic. One of the main owners, TP Morgan, I think his name is TP Morgan. He actually didn't get on the Titanic, right, just before it was going to leave. But if you think about it, get this, right, TP Morgan had built a ship years before the Titanic was built, and it's exactly the same, and it's called the Olympic, right? So the Olympic was damaged a few years before the Titanic set off. I mean, like really severely damaged. So TP Morgan was going to scrap it. But wouldn't you think that this, right? Because so if he wanted to get the money for this, if he wanted to get all the insurance and stuff for the boat and everything like that, there's theory that they took the Olympic boat and just put Titanic on the Olympic boat.
Yeah. Do you reckon?
Listen, that is right. And do you know the people that were on the Titanic boat, right, were all of his pressors, like the people, the 3 other people that owned like shares in the company. But just before the Titanic was about to leave, he didn't get on the boat.
Yeah, but you've got 4 people that own it. Now, if they haven't built it themselves, they're going to want to know where the boat came from that he's just put a new name on it. So they're going to have some idea where that boat's from. So I get that. They're not going to get on the boat if they know, oh, this is that old black boat that we just.
But no. But all about if he wanted the insurance money, right? And then he basically just went, oh, well, with the damages that I've got on the Olympic, I'll just do it up, and then just make it look like the Titanic.
I don't know. I've seen something similar, like.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You can go around in a chop shop car, and people don't get onto it half the time. It's just one half of a car welded to the front, but it's a bit of a bigger operation. I mean, you've got bigger boats nowadays with the QE2 and all that, and all the cruise liners, but that's a big blag.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be a big blag, but come on, man. Back in them days, the technology they didn't have. Do you know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you, the security wasn't great on it. DiCaprio wasn't meant to be on there. He didn't have a ticket, did he?
Yeah, exactly. If you get a film
ticket.
star like that on it, I mean, you got to question your staff, haven't you?
Yeah, mate. To be honest with you, I've seen a couple of things on the Titanic. I didn't think you were going to say that, but there was one thing that it didn't hit an iceberg, and there were other reasons why it sank. I can't remember exactly what they are, but there were like faults with the boat, and I did hear stuff like that. I've never heard it was supposed to be another boat that he's just slapped a new name on it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, that's probably common practice that they do stuff like that. But if you've got 4 owners, they all know where that boat's come from. And if
listen, in our day and time, there's so many cover-ups. I mean, 9/11 was a massive cover-up.
You're into the 9/11?
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, there's so many theories on it, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not just like, oh yeah, it was terrorists. Now there's different theories coming out.
Controversial, James. I thought I was going to be controversial.
No, but you have to look. You have to look at it that way. If we're going to talk about the Titanic, if it's easy enough to just get a boat that looks like exactly the same boat, but it was just an older version. Do you know what I mean? And then just wipe the name Olympic off of it and just put Titanic over it. Who's going to know? Who's going to know?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that film, Lord of War, with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Where they've got the boat and they're coming for it, and he goes, they're looking for this boat in this area. He goes, we've got this one which is that's in the seas at the minute, and they just changed the name on the side.
Change the name, yeah.
But I still don't think that's strong evidence. Like,
yeah. I mean, I understand that as well. Like, but
other than coincidence and the fact that he used to have another boat, what's the other compelling evidence for it? Like, or is that it?
That's it. If you actually look at the Olympic, right? If you actually look pictures of the Olympic and of Titanic, right? They're basically the same boat.
Are they the same dimensions and that? Are they like literally the same?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You just look at them and just go, there's nothing really different about them.
So did the Olympic,
I think it's called
Olympic.
Yeah, I think it's
Did that
Olympic,
ever leave and sail?
Yeah, because it got damaged. It got like it crashed.
Because I thought the big thing with the Titanic was it was the biggest boat ever or something, wasn't it, at the time? Is that not right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it wasn't. It was just the same size as the Olympic.
Yeah, but if it was like, it could have been just like, I don't know how to put it. It could have been like a tiny bit bigger, but not like. Do you know like how we have ferries these days, right? And you compare like some ferries, you go, wow, that's massive. That's got like slides and all kinds of crap on it. And then you look at other ferries and you go, that ferry is just rubbish because it had nothing on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But back in them days, they probably were just all the same kind of size, even though, all right, they could have said, oh, it was the largest ship ever to be made. But then in scale, was it only just like a couple of feet bigger? Do you get what I mean?
I fucking clue, mate. I didn't even know there was such thing as the Olympic. They are big though. I seen like a scale drawing compared to the ones that they've got today, and it's like tiny in comparison. And where I used to live, where I lived in Seaforth was literally off the flyover in Liverpool, and the dockyard was literally on the other side. And when they come in and they dock, like you'll be on the second floor of the house, and you'll just be looking up at this thing that's in the air, keeping in mind that it goes down X amount of feet under the water as well.
Yeah,
you're like, Jesus, you know.
That's it, man.
This is going off point. Have you ever seen the breakers yards for the boats?
Oh yeah, they're massive.
Yeah, but there's like, for certain boats and that, they send them off to India because India's got no insurance or anything, and they say like with the gases and the pressure and the chemicals and whatnot and the size of them to break them down, they reckon like 5 people a day die in the breakers yards. I watched some like documentary on it. So
oh my God,
they basically either don't break them down or they send them to India.
So
and they just go.
Them places, right? They have to have like big life insurance, don't they?
Well, no, that's why they send them to India, because in India, is it Hindu? And if you get knocked down in the street, it was just your day to die, and you're going to come back as a cow, or you know whatnot. Like my ex went to work in India, and she was just like, you'd see dead bodies in Chennai. It was. She said she's seen about 3 dead bodies on the side of the road where people are being hit, and like the family just hadn't got round to getting there, and the police hadn't collected them. I mean, anyone from India watching this, if it's bullshit, tell me it was my ex. I don't know. I've not been. But
so their policy in life is just basically, yeah, I get that, yeah, but like that's just mental, isn't it? You know, like, oh well, you know, if you die, you die, you're gonna come back as a mouse or a cat, or
reincarnation. I mean, I don't know if that's all the way across India, but that must have been about 10 years ago. So I can't imagine much has changed since then. But yeah, they're fucked. Like that's
crazy.
So they send it to India. They don't bother with life insurance. They just.
No.
I mean, I suppose if you're rich and whatnot, you are. But she said the level of poverty there was like, they'd go to university and it'd cost about $1,000 to get a degree there. But for someone working in the call centers that they had over there, that's like the equivalent of 18 grand.
Really?
So, yeah. So I think, like, you know, they still take their dead to the Ganges and stuff like that, don't they?
Yeah.
That's why
of course,
it's polluted. You know, it's full of disease.
That is absolutely crazy. I didn't know anything about that. Like, that is mental. But going off track, like with the Titanic, though, that's a lot of insurance that he would have got, even if it wasn't the Titanic. Why would you keep an old boat?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you know, like, if the theory was right, if the theory was right, and it was him that was going to sink a boat in general, it's going to be the boat that has just been already damaged in it. If no one else could see the resemblance. Do you know what I mean? If no one's seen the Titanic before and they just rock up with this other ship, everyone's going to go, oh, the Titanic, yeah.
Let's break it down seriously. If this was me and I owned a quarter of the Titanic, I'd be driving it everywhere. That. I'd get my captain's license. I'd be like, it'd be like having the biggest possible yacht. I'd be like fucking Roman Abramovich driving the Titanic everywhere. I'd be doing handbrake turns around icebergs. Fucking whatever. Give a shit.
Yeah.
But this guy, nah, I'm just gonna miss this. Put me 3 mates on it who also have a share and won't get a share of the fucking insurance money. He's not soft, is he?
No, that's what I mean. So, like, if he knew, like, all these 3 processors went on that ship, with like when he knew it was going to sink, all that them shares go to him.
Yeah, fucking legend.
Like, so
if it's true, like,
I think, guys, if I'm wrong, then, you know, just comment below. But you need to check it out, man. I see this theory like a couple of days ago on another podcast show, and it got me thinking. My gears were like, I was probably going for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I buy into it. Like, I'd have to see more evidence than just.
Could you imagine if his family is still alive, right? Like his generations of family still alive, and he just knew this is going to be a big film one day. Yeah, I'm going to do it because it's going to be a big film.
Kate Winslet's going to have a tab south. Fucking hell. Look, you know what? The only problem for me, right, on that film is he draws a naked dunny.
Yeah.
Right. I don't care if that's meant to be in the 20s. Any self-respecting lad of like 18 years old who's just lost his virginity in that car says, draw me naked like you draw the other girls. He's well drawn it. Not like the actual picture of her, but like it's an episode of Fake Taxi and just behind her like that. That's what he's drawn. Not drawn a proper picture.
Lad's a lad at the end of the day. I don't care what era it is or what year it is. Lads are lads, man. They're always going to be naughty wherever they go, man, or whatever time of it is.
And all while he's drawing it, he'd have that Leonardo DiCaprio face off the meme.
Oh no. Yeah.
I can't do it.
Is that in it? Yeah, is that in
it? Yeah. boss. But yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know.
So that is one of the theories anyway that I wanted to get off my chest, because it just, One thing I'm sick and tired of Titanic anyway, because Joe, what, it's one of the films that you've seen over and over again. I don't know, it's like one of the films like, Braveheart. How many times has Braveheart been on like ITV4 or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's not meant to be that accurate either, is it?
No.
Not that I expect it to be like, but I mean, it's one of them. like, I mean, how many Scottish actors do they have that they could have got to play it? They got Mel Gibson. I mean, he was good in it and that, but
An Australian actor.
yeah,
Like,
Mad Max.
they could have got Billy Connolly to do it.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest Billy Connolly fan, like, but I don't know. There's got to be Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yeah.
It would have been
Oh,
sexier.
Back in. Well, he might have been a bit older. Eh?
Yeah, he probably. Nah, he was. Well, think about it. He did The Rock. Like,
yeah, no,
2000.
Yeah.
Braveheart must have been about 92, 93, something like that, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Know. Yeah, true.
Yeah, 50s maybe.
And they still had all that effects anyway, so they could have made him look a bit younger.
Yeah, exactly.
If they wanted to.
Yeah, but
William anyway wasn't that young anyway. I think back in them days when he was fighting the English, I think he was an older bloke anyway because he had his own like land and stuff.
Probably, mate. I don't know. Doesn't it all get done like through nepotism? Like it gets handed down and that, unless you go and win it and capture it. But I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
How long did they live till back then though, with disease and old age? I think their average life expectancy was about 50 anyway, wasn't it?
Plagues and stuff, huh?
Yeah. Fucking hell. The plague. Coronavirus is not on that, is it?
I know, yeah. I mean, the plague, man. I mean, that spread like hellfire. The coronavirus. I know the coronavirus. I don't even want to get into this coronavirus stuff, mate. That will be here for hours. We literally will be here for hours. That's for another day, mate. But I'm saying, like with the plague, it was a disease where they actually barricaded doors up so you could go into their houses.
Yeah, but you know what? It was so weird. They had the people taking out the dead, with the big long noses and that.
Yeah, oh yeah, the doctors. So, yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't understand. They'd be taking them all out in wheelbarrows and then throwing them in pits. And because
spreading it as they're coming out.
I'm going to hit you with some knowledge now. So quarantine is derived from the port. I think it was. Is it Venice? I don't know if it's Venice. But the word quarantine comes from the plague, where they basically just kept everybody in the port, I think. I know that is very shaky, that explanation, but I know that that's where the word quarantine comes from. It's like the Italian for the town from back when they had the plague, because they just locked everybody in. But
no way.
Little side knowledge for you, lads.
Didn't know that at all, no. Wow.
Speaking of conspiracy theories, have you seen all the stuff on the aliens at the minute?
Joe, what? I love stuff about space and aliens. I could sit in my bed and just like watch documentaries about other life, UFOs, blah blah blah. Because I'm all for that. There's got to be life out there, isn't there? If there's one person that tells me there isn't life out there, you just need to get out of my sight, mate. You need to get out of this room.
You've seen I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm just regurgitating what you see on your Joe Rogan podcasts and all that, but you've seen the flight simulation stuff with the Fravor guy. So you've seen the video footage of the Navy filming UFOs,
flying,
descending, and then they go into the sea. And the state at the minute, they're releasing everything they know. And Obama was on James Corden's Late Show the other week, just saying, we don't know what they are. We can't explain it. We've been investigating, but they're going to do a release from the Pentagon, and they'll only release X amount of the files because there's certain things that they've maybe filmed from nuclear facilities or private, sort of top secret sort of facilities that they can't show the footage from, supposedly. But they've come out and said there's a documentary. I think you can buy it on YouTube called Phenomenon. The Phenomenon.
Yeah.
But that's about like how they've been going over and meddling with the nuclear facilities, and they've got a couple of senators from the United States on it saying, yeah, they literally just put the stuff in a drawer and it never gets dealt with because they don't know how to deal with it. If it's the Russians or the Chinese, then they said that's a big fucking problem. But then they said the amount of technology that they've got, if you look at China's and Russia's Navy, why isn't the technology of the Navy up to that standard? And why haven't they attacked? So, it's nuts, lads. It's all coming to fruition.
Listen, Joe, like, if you get all the movies, right, that like Independence Day, which is a brilliant example. If aliens are coming here, there's only one thing they're coming to do, and that's take us out because they want the resources. Why would you fly millions and millions and millions of light years away and stuff? Do you know what I mean? Just to come here, just to go, oh yeah, you're right, we exist. Because the only reason why we're gonna get off this planet is to find another planet to live on. And if by that time, if we've got the resources to get that far, then we've got the resources to take over another planet. And if someone's on that planet we want to be on, there's going to be war, isn't there? I mean, unless we land in there and that we can live together. But by that time, anyway, that world's probably populated as well. And do you know what I mean?
Well, lad, I watch too much of this. So that's like the great filter. So the theory is, I mean, Stephen Hawking said it, we don't want to know them because to them we're just like ants. But the other side is the great filter. So you don't get to that level of technology unless you're that advanced. And the great filter is, if something natural doesn't happen, like a meteor or whatever, to kill off and wipe out the species, then you'll all kill each other, you know, with nuclear war or whatnot. And that's the great filter that stops people from getting from where they are, like us now, to a level where we can travel interstellar between stars. And the great filter suggests that if they haven't already killed themselves, then they've worked out how to be a peaceful race that has means to, because if you're able to travel from one star to another, you've already got the resources that are just, you've got the ability to travel that far. You've got massive resources. There must be millions of uninhabited planets that would be a lot easier to take over than this one.
Yeah, but you say that as well, but
they'll have the same resources.
I think that by the time we got to them places have already been taken. If there's life out there, they've got to be like miles ahead of us. Must be.
But the thing is, if they are peaceful, or not necessarily peaceful, but they're all, you know, there's different races of them, wouldn't it be better to be the first ones to come and say to us, you're on the cusp of being able to do this, this, and this, and this. We'll help you out and you can be our best friends. So when you do, because, you know, they've got whatever agreement not to kill us, they just say, you can be on our team fucking lizard race.
Well, that's that program, isn't it? Is it called V, innit? V. Have you ever seen that?
V? Yeah. V was an old series that they remade,
yeah. I started watching that again, like, it's weird ass stuff, man.
Who's the blonde beard in that?
In the old version?
In the new one?
Not
Isn't it blonde?
V was like one of them series that I get halfway through. It's like The Walking Dead. I get halfway through and I go, oh, I'll just leave this alone for a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Walking Dead, lad. Just got bored.
Yeah. But do you know what? That's another thing, isn't it? So like viruses and that, surely at some point they're going to make a virus that brings the dead to life again, or they're going to try and make something so you can't die, but it's just going to affect you even more, isn't it? Because your skin will start rotting and shit like that the longer you live.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a virus as such, because a virus usually attacks you, doesn't it? I don't know. You're regenerating dead tissue though, aren't you?
That's what I mean. So...
You know what? It all depends on if you believe in a soul, mate, doesn't it? Because you come back as a zombie if you've got no soul, because they're just soulless dead people.
This stuff we're talking about now, I feel like I need to light up a zoo or something.
I was just going to say that, man. I was going to fucking say it, yeah.
I'm like, jeez, this is Joe Rogan stuff, man.
Yeah, I haven't smoked weed since I was about 20.
I know, yeah, same. I'm like,
pull out a bong. You want to get really deep? That's 17 years ago. Okay, now.
Reach for the lights, man.
Yeah. Don't go into the fucking light, no.
Yeah. The other thing we wanted to touch on, yeah. So the new movie out for Karen is out.
Oh,
yeah. That is like
I've got fucking notes. So if anyone hasn't seen the trailer, right? So everyone knows what a Karen is, like a self-entitled white woman, and the videos of them all.
Oh my god!
I
was looking up just before this video. We were doing this video. I was looking up the Karen memes, and you know the best one that comes out right is the Karen meme where she's looking at the back passenger and she's going, "Calm down, calm down."
That's the worst thing about a Karen is they come out with their nonsense, and then you're daft enough to try and reply to someone who you know is not going to listen, and then they just like talk over you, and a lot of hand movements and a lot of getting in your face.
Calm down.
One thing I hate. A verbal confrontation's fine, but when they close in on your fucking space, I'm ready to get fucking violent, like, because the way I look at it is you can't react if they get that close to you, and if it's a woman, then you can't hit a woman. It makes me really fucking uncomfortable, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course,
I fucking can't stand it. I think really you should.
And if the more that you try and move it away, the more they get closer and they follow you around.
Yeah, because they think it's working, they think they're intimidating you, and really what you're doing is you're just trying to calm the situation down. I can't stand it. But so that film, it's a trailer at the minute. There's no release date that I can see online, but the trailer follows a black couple moving into a house, and then they meet the Karen, and there's like a point where someone asks Karen, "What are your neighbours like?" And she goes, "They're black."
I know, I was like, what?
Well, it's one of these, right? It's blatantly a film that's, for me, it's just hitting on the trend. The whole Black Lives Matter movement is just going through the roof. Whatever anybody's opinion on it, I don't want to talk about that. That's fine. But they're basically jumping on the back of that. They've got something popular in terms of a Karen, and there's lots of videos of Karens being racist and saying things on video, and they've just jumped on the back of it and thought, we'll make a video, and whether this make a film, and whether the script is a bit shit or not, it's gonna make fucking money because people will watch it. It's like Human Centipede. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sew some mouths to asses. I'll watch that. The script's not great, but he's sewing ass to mouth. You know, it's just one of them for me. But
who's the leading role in that woman?
She's a psycho. I've seen her play a couple of psychos in different films, but I can't place her.
She's good at that character, isn't she?
You know what she's off? She's off Orange Is the New Black. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I have. Yeah,
she's the crazy hillbilly with no teeth.
Yes, yeah.
That's who it is. She's good in that.
Yeah, she's good in that character anyway. I think, you know, just a little glimpse of that, you can. It's like when she's like the character that draws you into it. You know, I mean, it's not the family that's moving in. It's her. You know, as soon as she's like telling that the guy where to put the bins and stuff, you're just like, yeah, you're going to be a nonsense.
Do you think though, right? So this is the only point I wanted to bring up on that, Karen. Do you think it's responsible, like with the race climate at the minute? Do you think that's a responsible film? Like, does it address it, or does it just jump on the trend and it just potentially stoke the fire in people? You'll get some crazy white people out in the sticks in America going, "Karen's right, motherfucker. You are black and you're in her neighborhood." And then you're going to have...
It's true, isn't it? It's true.
And then you've got black people who are like, "There's some crazy white people, man. Motherfucking Karens everywhere." It's not responsible. Or it's a trailer, so I haven't seen the film. There could be a real strong, serious statement. But it just seems like it's just give a fuck about the potential fucking message it sends. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to make some fucking money. And that's what it looks like to me.
But you get that with everything, don't you? I mean, the homophobic thing, when that all comes out, they bring a film out about it, or someone's been attacked, or do you know what I mean? There's always going to be that, because it's just speculating at the moment of the situation. they're just the film people like Netflix and that, just going, yes, get that on the go.
This is another example. So there's a series on Amazon called This Is Us. Have you ever seen it? It's like, if you ever remember Party of Five, it's just about this family, and the 3 triplets are all born on the same day. It follows their lives with the mum and dad. The mum's Mandy Moore, by the way, who's fit. And oh, fuck, Rox is gonna watch this.
That's why I was just like,
should we watch it? Should we watch it while I'm watching it?
No comment.
Edit that out. Nah, but she is. But so
I love the way you just went, nah, but she is.
Yeah,
she's in the past now.
I'm sleeping on the couch anyway. Fucking hell. May as well be for something. But yeah, but that series deals with race really well, and I'm up to the 3rd season on it. And then there's this scene where this guy's a big movie actor, and he's in a shop, and he's going out with a black girl, and they get to the counter, and the woman looks at the black woman and sort of dismisses her. And the scene's set up so that it is racist, but they then go home, and then she says to him, that woman was racist in the shop. And he goes, what did she say? And she goes, nothing. She just dismissed me because she didn't believe that I was with you, a white movie actor. And I thought, to be fair, the woman was a 50-year-old white woman that looked like a piece of shit. If that was me, I'd just be like, look at that good-looking 20-year-old standing next to the guy I'm trying to flirt with. So now, I don't think that's responsible, because now I've never thought about how I talk to anyone of any colour, because I always treat people like that the same. I don't fucking see that. I just see another person. But now I'm thinking, if someone of colour's being a dick to me, I can't be a dick back, because it could be construed some way in racist. Obviously, I don't think that. I'm clever enough to think about it. I just don't think it was a responsible example of racism. There's plenty of other things they've done, but to make that tiny little minute thing of they looked at me and it was a racist look, fucking hell, man, what can you do?
See, now I'm not. I'm against all racism. I don't like racism. Do you know what I mean? We're all human at the end of the day, yeah. But when it comes to films, yeah, filmmakers, do you know what I mean, and directors, they know what they're doing, right? Because you get the films like, is it 12 Years a Slave? Get Me Out. Have you ever seen the Get Me Out one?
Yeah. Get Out.
He gets hypnotized. Get Out. That's it. Yeah.
That's a remake of The Stepford Wives. That's Jordan Peele, that. But he's done it in a racial context.
Yeah. But Joey, they make money from this because they know that it draws attention from audiences, because everyone loves confrontation. If you see a fight online, you ain't skipping past that fight. You probably 99% of people on social media will stop and watch that fight and see what happens.
Yeah. I want to point out to anyone who's watching this, that program's actually really good. One of the triplets in it is adopted, and he's black descent, and they deal with every aspect of race great. It was just that one scene. And I know filmmakers, I'm not saying they're not responsible, actually, to be fair. I think the kind of movie looks like it may be irresponsible. Yeah. That specific show is really good in the way it deals with everything. But it was just that one scene. She looked at me and dismissed me because I was black and you were white, and she didn't think I should be with you. But there could be a million reasons why someone looks at you funny. I just felt that was like, that's making an assumption on someone. Maybe she just thought you were looking at her funny. I know the way the
job that I'm in, like when I'm DJing, I look at people funny all the time. It might be because of what they've come out. Yeah, well, you all the time. Yeah.
But you're a DJ.
Put it on this song. No, yeah, I get that. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, it is for me. It's a different look at it, because obviously drunk people coming over to, or it's what they're wearing on holiday, or do you know what I mean? Like, but I would never ever like look at someone because who they're with, whether it be a guy that's bald, a guy that's black, a guy that's Asian. It wouldn't cross my mind to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was my personal experience. So that was why I thought, like I say, I don't think the show's irresponsible. I just think maybe got it wrong. Yeah. Or I don't know. I've got enough black friends that could turn around and say to me, I just watched your podcast, you're a fucking knobhead. That happens to me all the time. But
Yeah.
it's just not the way I'm wired. So it felt to me inauthentic. Do you know what I mean?
But that's life, isn't it? That's how life is at the moment. There's a lot of people out there that are PC, aren't they? So I sometimes say to them PC people, you know, like I've got black friends where we make black jokes. They make black jokes. They make out of themselves.
Just Sabi.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's, if you can have a laugh about yourself, like, you know, I'm not like the skinniest person. Sometimes I make jokes out of how big I am about myself. Now I think if you can make jokes about yourself, then your mentality of your humor is like well up there. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, so I PR'd outside your place, didn't I? So
yeah,
I was looking for extra cash in Gran Canaria, and PR is like them people who bug you outside the bar. Come in, this, that, and the other.
Yeah, and everyone's like, go away, just leave me alone.
Yeah, but being Scouse, if someone walked past me, I wouldn't even ask them to come in. I'd just be like, want to buy a big issue. And if they're from fucking anywhere in England, Scotland, or Ireland, or Wales, they go, fucking Scouse said this, that, and they just start ribbing you. Going, these times that bad, you're on the big issue. I go, come and get in and get a fucking steak, you fucking.
I bet you any money as well. Everyone that you talk to would always go, how's Liverpool getting on?
Yeah, and I tell them I'm a fucking Evertonian, you wanker.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I bet you, because that's how they look at all Scousers, don't they? Like,
to be honest with you, you might get the odd girl say that, but most of the fellas go red or blue.
Oh, they ask red or blue,
yeah. They say red or blue. I get it like 20 times a day over here.
Or probably Scandinavian people might say it to you.
Oh, Scandies, yeah, man. I mean, I've got to love the Scandies. They're just
out of this world.
I'm not going to say I'm from another planet. I've got enough friends who are Scandinavian.
I know, yeah. They know I know that they're out of this world.
Morgan is Danish, isn't he? And he has trouble because the Danish, the Swedish and the Norwegian seem to have this like war against each other, don't they? Where they're always right. And Morgan's just like a Scouser. But every time I speak to him, a Scouser who can pronounce K without going.
Isn't that Morgan that, like, when he talks like this?
Yeah. He's the only guy in Gran Canaria who's told me a funny Scouse joke, and he made it up. Yeah. He went, how'd you make a Scouser sound like a fire siren? He goes, free beer over there. Wee.
That's pretty good, man, to be fair.
But yeah, Morgan's funny, lads. He's funny.
But so what else do you want to move on to? Like, obviously that Karen film does look good. I do want to watch it. It looks interesting.
So the first one's a short one. I only chose this because it was on trending, and I really just wanted to talk about the red jumpsuit, and oops, I did it again. But Britney Spears is in court at the minute, so she's got conservators who manage her money and manage what she has to do because she went loopy and shaved her head and all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
she's still going on about that, is she?
Well, no, she's in court and she's made a big statement. And the first reason I wanted to do this was because they said she's got a 60 million fortune and they're making her live on 16 grand a month. And like my first reaction was, oh, poor fucking baby. Imagine having 16 grand a month. But,
do you know what I mean?
As they went through it, they went through other aspects. She's forced to work all the time when she doesn't necessarily want to. They make her do certain choreography when she's proven she's the best at her job. She can do her own shit and whatnot. But they're like, it's too out there. You need to do this. You need to do that. She's got no power or independence. They can basically say because of her kids, she needs to do this, that, and the other. And it's been going on for 13 years.
Yeah.
And when I was sitting there thinking, poor baby, 16 grand a month, I thought, to be fair, if I was some kid forced into Disney, well, whether she wanted to do it or not, she was a kid. She didn't go to school and then decide go to Disney. She was, oops, what's the first one? Hit me, baby, one more time. Do you think she thought, I'm going to dress up like a slutty schoolgirl? That's my idea for the video. Or that was some producers and that making her do that just to sell fucking records. That was like really a bit noncy when you look back at it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like anyone that looks like a schoolgirl now is renowned as a paedophile.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's like some fucking male fantasy from back then that just seemed acceptable and that. And I mean, it is what it is. Whatever you do with your bed in the bedroom, fine. But
Yeah, you keep that in your own, like,
they
you
had
keep
the
that
young
behind
girl
closed
dressed up
doors.
as a schoolgirl in the video and all that. And
How old was she when she was in that video?
I couldn't tell you, mate, but she wasn't.
Let's have
She
a look.
wasn't
Let's
getting
have a
on,
look.
was she?
Yeah.
But
Like,
if I've done all of that, made all that money, I've got 60 million in the bank, and then someone told me how to spend it and what to do with it,
yeah.
I'd be fucked off.
Yeah. 100%. Anyone tells me that how to spend money, I'm going to be fucked off.
Yeah,
Like,
I've got 60 million in the bank. I'd spunk off on fucking real estate, let that
yeah.
bring more money back in. I've got it on paper, and then
Yeah.
just sit off for the rest of my days on a beach. But they're like, you can have 16 grand a month, and they sat in the other, and you can't. If I want to spend it all on one night,
Yeah.
I'll do it. So
Yeah.
it just, as I was looking at it, I was kind of like, it's not much to talk about.
But did she get into habits in that when she first got that money, or?
So, she shaved her head.
Yeah.
So I spoke to some fella who deals with stuff like that, with social work and the police and stuff like that. So it wasn't so much that she was going crazy.
She was 16 years old.
16 in that.
Yeah.
That's not even legal in the States, in some states.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It is in England. Like it's 21, it's 18 or 21 or something in the States, in it, in some places.
Yeah, yeah. So I know it's 21 if you want to like drink and stuff like that, isn't it?
Is it 18 for sex in some places in the States, I think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But what was I just saying then?
About shaving her head and where the money and that was, yeah.
So he said she had cocaine in her system and stuff like that, but that goes out in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Because she'd had protracted things going on in terms of the kids being checked on because she'd split up with the father and stuff like that. If it's out of your system in 48 hours, that's one thing, but they could take hair and nail samples. She clipped down all her nails and shaved her head, so they couldn't take a hair sample. So everyone was saying she's gone crazy. She's gone in and shaved.
So that is her basically digging her own grave and saying, yeah.
You want to take a hair sample? Go on, find one. That's
good way around about it, I suppose. If you got to thinking around it, like, do you know what I mean?
That's a rumor though. It's got no factual background, but he said effectively that was what was supposed to be happening then. And again, I don't know how he's got the information, but he said it's not something unheard of.
All about like if they wanted a urine sample though.
Yeah, but it's out your system in 48 hours. But that's dead cells coming out of your head. So it could be up to about however long later that it comes out in your hair and your fingernails.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it's a more expensive test. But in Hollywood, they could be doing that just to, and I think it was just kind of just shave it off. They're not going to take it.
Last time I seen Britney, she was doing some mad stuff like on TikTok. She was like, she had a Christmas tree up in like last year in like August or September, and she was like doing some dancing and stuff in a mansion. And everyone, it made front page again, like, has Britney like gone off the rails again because she tries to impress people with her dance moves in September with a Christmas tree in the background.
Yeah, and I think as well though, maybe she has gone off her head. But look at everyone, Robert Downey Jr. I mean, he's come back obviously from the brink, but didn't he end up in some kid's room shaking because he was off his bonnet and he just broke into some kid's room?
I didn't know that.
That's why he went to jail, or it was one of the things that led up to him. He just like went on a fucking bender, broke into a house, and they just found him in some kid's room. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just off his bonnet. And I think that's correct anyway. I'm pretty sure it is. I've been saying it for years.
That is mental.
If not, sorry, Bob. But yeah, no, you're basically that young, given all that fucking money, and then just expected to just deal.
Yeah.
With like no real advice on what to spend it on. And then all of these people come crowding around you and go, you know what you want to do with that money? Go get a kilo of cocaine and me and my mates will come round and we'll love you. We'll tell you you're great. and then the spiral happens.
And they'll probably do it as well.
Yeah, they all fucking do it. There's very few of them that don't have a fucking deep end. And I'm not talking about all actors. I'm talking about the majority of the child actors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. What was that thing about a couple of months back with Johnny Depp? Did he...
Amber Heards.
Did he like beat up his missus or something?
So she said he beat her up. This is my understanding of it. He said...
Because Johnny Depp, he's got to be bang on it as well, isn't he? He walks around.
He is.
Not just to say that he's a pirate, you know, in films. He's a pirate when he walks around. The clothes he wears, and he still wears all that eyeshadow and stuff, and he looks all weird, doesn't he?
Well, he was there. So do you remember River Phoenix? So yeah. He was Joaquin Phoenix, who plays the Emperor in Gladiator, and he's the Joker in the Joker film. So that's his older brother. And he was like the Leonardo DiCaprio, Johnny Depp of the 80s. He was in Stand By Me. Do you remember Stand By Me? Yeah. So the one who gets killed, but doesn't get killed on screen. You know, the one who's like the kid who steals the milk money, the skinhead one. Yes, yeah. That's River Phoenix. So in Johnny Depp,
River Phoenix was in Gladiator. He was the Emperor.
No, that's his younger brother. River Phoenix in the early
Who's the one I'm thinking of? Who's the one I'm thinking about then?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Is he the one out of the Johnny Cash movie?
Yeah.
He's got like a bit of a cut on his lip there or something.
Yeah, he's got a cleft palate, I think. But that's he's River Phoenix's younger brother. But River Phoenix was like the up-and-coming Keanu Reeves, Leonardo DiCaprio. He was massive. My sister, back in the day, she had a Bros poster and then a River Phoenix poster in her room, like, you know what I mean? But, you know, people mightn't even know who they are, but he died of a drug overdose in Johnny Depp's club back in the early 90s.
What? And
basically, Johnny Depp supposedly like been party all his life, because Johnny Depp was in 21 Jump Street and stuff like that, and he was starting to kick off his movie career at the time. And River Phoenix died there, and it was just all the way through from there. Johnny Depp's supposedly being like this party guy, whatnot. And when he's been going out with Amber Heards, she made these accusations that he's been beating her up and he's got these drug addiction problems. When they went to court, he was like, no, I haven't been beating her up. She's full of shit. Obviously, it was his word against hers. She made these fake videos of here's his breakfast, and it was like a tray of Coke with needles just put next to each other. And
Shut up.
He sat on stand and went, she doesn't even know how to set it up right. I'll just do lines off my hand. I'm not fucking setting it up like that. He went, that's a load of shit. And then he turned around and started saying stuff like, there was a recording where she was screaming and trying to hit him. So there was violence going both ways or something. Apologies if I'm not accurate, because this is stories from periods here, there and everywhere.
That is...
Was she shit on his bed?
Do you know what? If I was in that courtroom and he said that, I would have fucking creased myself. I'd been rolling around on the floor like...
I'm paraphrasing, like it mightn't be an exact quote.
yeah. That there is just made my night. Like, literally, she don't even know how to like make it upright.
Yeah, no, basically. And then the son turned around and put the rag at the paper. The Sun, I fucking hate them. Don't buy the Sun. Never buy the Sun.
Yeah, like everyone, right? Let's just get to that in a minute. Finish what you're saying about Johnny Depp, though, because I want to say something about Sun.
Go on. So he turned around and basically the Sun had put out this fucking false thing saying that he was a wife beater, which got him cancelled from Pirates of the Caribbean and that. And then when it wasn't proved at court, he went back and sued the Sun, and they went, no, because at the time it seemed like that you were a wife beater, so they got away with it. And that was basically the long and short of what had happened.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, he's back on Pirates of the Caribbean now. He's being cleared. His name's being cleared.
Yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean is nothing without Johnny Depp. I mean, that just fallen its arse without him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, all right, okay, Disney have all got it and stuff, and it's a Disney theme, but you know, a lot of people want to see that Pirates of the Caribbean because of Johnny Depp.
Well, it's not for Keira Knightley or Orlando Bloom, is it? They're not.
Nah.
They don't hold the film by themselves, in my opinion. But
no. What I was going to say about the Sun, like, because I never know, right, what is actually up with the Sun, like, because every single person just says Sun's bullshit, Sun's this, Sun's that. What is the deal with Sun? Why is Sun such a bad paper?
So I don't want to go into it in too much detail, just because there are people out there that don't really give a shit about the truth, and they'd rather tell you what they think. But the Sun, after Hillsborough, basically put a front pager on saying that the Scousers were pissing on dead bodies and robbing dead bodies.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah, I did see that.
Which was a load of shit. There was no evidence for it. Didn't happen. They've never apologised for it. They're just a cunt rag that fucking doesn't deserve the fucking time or space. They'll print whatever they want about it, and they've done it on a number of occasions. They're linked to the News of the World and that. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't piss on it.
Yeah.
But that's the long and short.
The only thing they try and entice people with is that page 3, and that's just bullshit now.
Got that in the Star, mate.
Yeah, exactly. You got that in the Star, yeah.
Yeah.
But most of what the Sun does as well. Every single article, they try and make something up about someone.
Oh, mate. Well, it's a fucking tabloid, isn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong. Look at the Daily Mail. That fucking inspires so much fucking hate. That paper. I still read it.
Yeah.
But it does. It's fucking divisive, and it's a fucking hateful rag.
Yeah, but it's like a lot of like reality shows. Sometimes you have your theories on is it real? Is it been set up? Do you know what I mean? Like, but you still watch it. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you get a newspaper, you know it's kind of bullshit. Not 80% of it's bullshit, and but you still want to read it because it's entertaining, kind of thing. But with the Sun, yeah, they take it to another level, and you just go, no, that is just fucking bullshit.
Well, so first of all, apologies for swearing a lot about the comic that is the Daily Sun, but they're a rag and I can't stand them. But yeah. Speaking of fake news, so Matt Hancock is currently dethroning John Terry as top shagger in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm going to put a load of memes in. Apologies if there's a bit of lag here, it's the internet. But I'm going to put a load of memes in now. Just to show basically fucking what people are sending about at the minute. If you haven't heard already, he's basically been telling us all this time, you know, hands, face, space, you can't go out and see your nan. And in the meantime, he's been banging his aide, who he's just basically took on because he fancied her. He's come out and said, oh, it was a thorough process that, you know, we we put her through a thorough process to make sure she got the job for good reason and for merit. And basically, he just wanted to tap that fucking ass. Again, apologies for the language, but it's true. It was just
100%. Like, man, if you're gonna come out with statements and stuff, you need to back it up and not go public with your private life.
Mate, yeah, 100%. And there's people there whose grandparents, which is a bit more serious and shouldn't take the piss, have died, or they've been in old age pensioners' homes and stuff, and they're not even allowed to visit them. You can't leave the house, they're stuck in, they've got mental distress and that. Meanwhile, he's out, hands, face, back to my place. Or one of the other memes I've seen was, you can't see your granny, but I'm out licking fanny. Fucking disgusting.
It is bad, man. That is bad, but that is a funny meme at the same time. Like, you know, he deserves everything that he's getting to him now.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say, if you made them memes, they got sent to me on WhatsApp. I don't know who you are, but slow clap, golf clap.
Yeah, you get a tick for that one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're a top fan.
Yeah.
Well, he's a top shagger. But what are your thoughts on that though? Because with us being on the island, Gran Canaria, they've still got these things in place, and they're the powers to be to tell us what we can and can't do. And they're following really strict advice, but at the same time, he's out on dates doing whatever. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's what he's been caught doing.
Yeah, so the thing with this is, right, we were meant to be going on, we was probably up on the list to go on to the green list, yeah? I think it was yesterday or something like that. But the Balearic Islands, they went on to green lists, like Malta and all that lot, and we didn't. That's because of Tenerife. Because obviously Tenerife, their numbers have gone up again. But because of that island, they count all the islands as a set, don't they? So we're staying on amber until I think the 19th of July, which is then it's going to go back to the whole, are you safe to go and travel there? And so
one of the groups from our workplace has just sent links, they're Spanish links, not English links, saying that it might be the 15th that goes on green.
Yeah, well, it could be the 15th, or it depends. Like, because Spain, they're trying to do so. The islands are different to Spain.
Either way, he's a greasy little bastard, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
and
he deserves everything that he's getting to him now.
But the thing is, we all know.
And do you know? Sorry, mate. Do you know one person? That I'd like to see rip into him that is not on morning TV anymore? Piers Morgan, because he'd be one of them, mate, that just rips into him.
Yeah, 100%. But the thing is, even if he gets sacked in 6 months' time, he'll be back in through the door doing a different job.
Yeah.
He'd be contracted in as some sort of, like giving advice or something like that, or he'll have some sort of position in a different department. I just think it's typical of the way the government's run.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they're just trying to drag this thing out now. I get they're trying to make people stay home to spend their money back there. Do you know what I mean? Because of the whole Brexit thing and stuff, and it's just everywhere at the moment, you know.
Yeah, 100%, mate. But go on. So the other thing we were talking about, reality TV and stuff like that. This is the last bit, and again, apologies for the lag. But Love Island.
Yeah, man. I've got issues with Love Island because my missus absolutely loves it. And it's like Christmas for her because there's not only Love Island, the British one, there's also they're putting out the USA one as well. I think like a couple of weeks after. So you got like a double bill of both.
I'll be honest with you, mate. The only reason I brought it up was I was looking at things that were trending. So we had some stuff that people will look at. Obviously, we look for the wider audience as well as what we want to talk about.
You watch that, mate. You watch that secretly. I bet you watch that.
I've seen the odd series when they used to have that Jordan kid in it. And
yeah. Oh no, no. That's Ibiza Weekender.
No, he was on Love Island with the crazy girl.
Yeah, because I like watching the Ibiza Weekender one. That's quite good. You know, with the reps.
He was going out with that girl from Essex, wasn't he? He was off her barnet and she just screams every 5 minutes. She seemed a bit bipolar.
Yeah.
But
Love Island, it goes on for like, how long does it go on for? Like 10 weeks or something?
Oh, mate, it's a long fucking window.
Yeah, it's a long thing, man. I get to like the second week, I'm bored of this now, man. It's too much. I mean, I could probably just handle Big Brother, and that went on for a long time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. So there was a video on trending on YouTube, and one of the girls says, "I'm operations lead for the Department of Transport, working on EU exit policy," and she's on fucking Love Island. Why isn't she doing over fucking time to fucking the country out?
That is mental.
I don't know what level that really puts her at and whether any of that is true, but what a gobshite.
That is mental. That is crazy, man.
Did not look like she had enough cookies in the jar to be doing that job.
Yeah, do you know that what we were just talking about before? What's his name? The guy that has been sleeping with this guy.
Who, Matt Hancock?
Yeah, he should go on I'm Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. They just keep him in the jungle.
Mate, you should go on fucking Love Island. Top shagger.
Well, yeah, that's the point, actually. Yeah, he's go on Love Island.
Yeah.
He'd win it.
I'll get you a job.
he would win it.
Yeah. You could be head of COVID.
But yeah, reality shows like that, mate. I have a low tolerance for. Do you know what I mean? I can't. I'm a bit of an etchy guy anyway, so I have to be moving about a bit. You wouldn't think it the size of me, but I am. Like, I can't be sat there watching fake people. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, I love him and I like her, and oh, fuck that.
Some of the phrases. One girl started with, I'm looking for someone who can rip me a new arsehole, and then started giggling like she didn't know she'd made the joke on purpose. I don't mean like that. Of course you meant like that, you dirty bitch.
Yeah, of course you did, yeah. You're on a reality show.
Yeah, one guy went, girls, face to face, get me in that villa. And I thought, it's called fucking Love Island. Of course you're going to be face to face, you fucking meth. Just fucking... And it's just so fucking bad. They're obviously like fucking kids who've never had a proper bed before, other than maybe like a quick one night stand on that. So I thought, I'm 37. How old are you, Jay?
31.
31. So you're still near enough to me. What would your be? Right. So you're on the interview now, and this is your little intro to who you are. I've got 2 kids. My knees hurt. Fucking, I enjoy a nap in the afternoon. Greg's sausage, beans, and cheese pasties. And a bird. Yeah, I'll shag her once a week, yeah. That would be my intro.
My intro would be, I'm 31. I get up at 3 in the afternoon. I go to bed whenever I want. I've got a 6-pack of beer always beside me. And I like to tug it about 3 times a day.
Something comes out once.
Yeah.
Mate,
apart from that, I'm a bit of a catch, really, but you just need a stronger rod to reel me in.
Yeah. And I'll get me Hugo Boss from the local fucking market as well. Yeah.
We're all in the same boat, mate. We're all in the same boat. It's just we've been trying to swim to that other boat for a long time, mate.
Mate, it's just one of them. Like, it's like, you remember when you used to go on holidays back in like fucking, you used to go Zante and Ibiza and shit like that, and you were like going there going, I'm going to shag a bird every night, this and that, and you're there, and now you're just like, oh, you know what, I could do a little city break.
Yeah. I literally am. I am that guy now that like I'd rather just stay at home. Do you know what I mean? I've done them years of like going out and staying out till like 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what I mean? And coming out of Jokers, like, you know, crack of dawn and going round to La Parada and carrying on till like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock and then going home and sleeping. Nah, mate. My ideal night is now staying in, probably laying and watching a film on the bed. That's how exciting it sometimes gets.
Yeah. You start off with the Zante. Remember, lads, do you remember back in the day when you used to go on holiday and you used to go to a fucking shop where they sold holidays? There was nothing about going online, and then they'd have like a brochure and you'd flick through the pages and you'd be like, I like this one, and it just gives you one price, that's it, and you just got a fucking thing. Like, we used to start off and just get like the Zante one or something like that. Oh, we'll go and get fucked up. And then now it's just like, oh, fancy Prague and the Christmas market.
The thing with me is, like, so I moved over here like when I was 14 with my old man. So my kind of holiday was from the age of like 16 to like 28, 29. And then kind of after that, I just got tired of it because I lived on a holiday island as it is. So my life was literally getting money off my dad and going out and just wanking it all over the bar. Do you know what I mean? Like, I lived my holiday life in a holiday resort. So I never actually went away on holiday because I was living in it. Do you know what I mean? You
go to the Barbacoa and you're £2 a pint, or the pub £1 a pint.
me and my mate, when we were like 16, used to go down to M&M's, and then like it's little dingy bar, like a little small bar, and they do like €1 a shot. So we'd take like a tenner between us, get 10 shots in there, be absolutely hammered, go down to like the strip where all the bars are, like Snoopy's and all that. And then back in them days, you'd have like they do like free cocktails as you come in and stuff. So we'd be like just going over necking them, go down the Jokers, get our free staff drink. That's how settled, mate. I'd be rolling around the car park trying to get to McDonald's, like see if anyone get me a free burger.
Yeah, mate, it's one of them. Like, I'll go get smashed on £1 a pint and then go to Riders, and they might charge me €3 or €4, and I'll be like, "This is fucking ridiculous."
But it's like dirt cheap anyway.
Lad, you go down the dock in Liverpool, it's £5 or £6 a pint, and it's just like, imagine taking 30 quid and getting around and still needing more money.
That's it, man. But you know, like I said, that's our days, isn't it? Our days are numbered with the whole Love Island scenarios. Mine's definitely numbered. I know you're a bit ripped at the moment, so you've probably still got a chance.
I'm on lag, so in about 4 minutes, when we're talking about nuns or something, you'll see me tensing my arm. There you are. Lag does no justice to me, lad.
Brilliant.
But yeah, nah, fuck it. You got to love Ireland life, lads.
Yeah.
But I think that's all our topics. Smash the bits for this week, lad.
Yeah, man. We went through quite a few. We've done more than what we was actually meant to. If we don't get any subscribers from this video, Jesus Christ, I'm moving to Mexico. I'm gonna start shipping. I'm gonna start shipping some like plants, mate.
You know what I do, right? If I go out and I'm talking to someone, I'm having a bevy, I'll go, "Let's see your phone a sec," and then I'll log in on their YouTube and subscribe. Seriously, I've got about 4 subscribers.
We're just gonna call that the big F, mate. No fucks given. The big F.
Yeah. Fuck them. They don't know why they keep hit the notifications bell and everything.
That's it, man. That's it. Life's hard, mate. We got to do anything we can.
Mate, it is what it is. They'll enjoy it at the end. But Jay, I can't keep looking at my face on lag here, mate. I think we'll do it for yours. But make sure you like, then make sure you subscribe. I think next week
subscribe.
We're gonna do like the existence of God or something.
Yeah,
I think that's a big one for us, lad, and I think we should tackle it.
Yeah, and why internet can't be any faster than what it actually is already?
Because it's fucking garbage, my internet. I have got it arranged to get upgraded. Just it stinks here, and it's all right. It goes all right for like half an hour, but apparently at 11 o'clock at night, which is the time now while we're recording, people must be smashing the internet or something because it's gone really. Everyone's just got back from the pub and just logged onto fake taxi, draining my resources.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
No one cares.
Listen, this has been a good show, man. I've enjoyed it. It's been a laugh.
Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good. You can't laugh at yourself. You can't laugh at no one, lad. But
exactly,
make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. I think we said that 14 times, and then give you examples. I'll see it in the bar and make you do it anyway. And other than that, have a good fucking day. See you in a bit.